Art in the landscape has become very much the fashion, but it is an extraordinarily difficult thing to achieve. This meld between nature and to keep the integrity of the art. I started collecting in my late teens, early 20s, and I've always been interested in glass and ceramics. So it was very apt that the first piece of art in the landscape, if you like, David and I brought together, was this remarkable salt glazed stoneware pot by Monica Young. She was a woman who was shorter than me, had arthritis. I love this beautiful curve here of the pot, and this languid flange is called a wave pot. So this is an iconic piece because this is what kicked off the basic ideas for Freshair art, and we're now on our 13th exhibition.
I first discovered this house in 1952 when I was 12. I was devoted to it then, and I can't believe my very good fortune that Lucy and I have lived here for over 30 years since we were married. We have our own engineering business. I'm passionate about craft apprenticeships because I was an apprentice on Teesside when I was in 1962, and I believe it's terribly important to develop craft skills, and in a way sculpture is an element of that, and we wanted to help sculptors have somewhere attractive and imaginative to show off and to sell their work.
And I'm just so pleased to have this opportunity to fulfill one of my dreams, which was to make a fountain which has a reference to women gathering water, talking to each other, very powerful water gatherers, nourishing. I hope it has those things in the background. It's supposed to. There was a great deal of making went into it. A lot of engineering went into it to make sure the bases were sturdy, would withstand almost storm conditions, wouldn't be too revealed by a drop in water level. And I've had a lot of help with that. And the best moment for me was when we turned on the pump and it made this sound, because I'm delighted with the extra bit of that pitter-patter sound, quite a lot of sound behind it. And I had never envisaged that. I had only envisaged the tall, slender figures.
Lettering is important to me because I enjoy the opportunity it gives you to give abstract thought a tangible form. Not only can it be a purely functional thing, but it's also something that can be given a pattern and a texture in its own right. I have 3 pieces of lettering here at Freshair, and this is one of them. And this is made out of Caithness stone, so it's from the very north of Scotland. And these footprints are all of creatures that you might find wandering about in Caithness itself. This is a roe deer and a woodcock and a mountain hare. And this is the natural surface of the stone, and I wanted to give the impression that these had been sort of cut out of the ground. I particularly like Caithness because it can also give you a very sort of honed, man-made finish as well, which is the part that I've done the lettering on. And another piece of work I have is also Caithness stone, and it represents the north coast of Scotland.
At the very heart of Freshair is the idea of the artist craftsman. No mass-produced object, but I think it came out very clearly in this year's fashion show, which was a first time we've ever done something like this. But the Cotswolds are full of the most extraordinary weavers, dyers, printers and couture makers, so artists, craftsmen themselves. And the youngest model was 14, the oldest was 86. And this is all part of our all-inclusive ideas for Freshair.
This year I've decided to go with some hot glass processes, which are very traditional. These pieces which I've made, very calligraphy in their form, very simple, and the light works with them really well in the gardens. It's a fantastic material because it can be manipulated into solid forms, blown cast, all sorts of things that you can do with glass. So it's the dynamic of all these different things that come together to create something that's quite new, fresh and inspiring.
The circular library is our contribution to the Quennington Old Rectory, and it was designed by Michael Gold about 15 years ago. It was his inspiration. One of the other delights is the Pool House Gallery. My father built it, but we've made it rather more user-friendly, and it's more affordable, and our visitors love it.
Exhibition which is in this pool house, it's about landscape, emerging from a landscape, and I was really inspired by the greenery and also by the water present everywhere here. And because I work in two mediums, I kind of combined the ideas I had from here in all of my pieces. Piece I'm holding, it's called Maple Wood, and it's about musical instrument, which I like, viola, and it also depicts a story of lovers. He's playing a love song for her, and the greenery in some ways reflects the green space we are actually exhibiting in. I also made a similar piece of sculpture called Viola d'Amore, which is about relationship between the viola player and the viola itself, the girl who actually is part of his instrument.
We love creating a site for every sort of art to be shown here, but also we love the idea of people commissioning, and in this case it was waste not, want not. The acacia tree fell from just down over there overnight. For me, the very essence of Freshair is to be able to create something from the nature around us which spins off new ideas, new techniques, and gives people a beautiful object.